So guys, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie have come out to blast the election petition tribunal, saying that their judgment was shabby and shoddy. According to her, she never expected that they're going to do so well, but she was shocked at the rate it was done, that it was done so poorly and it was shabbily done because the evidences that was presented before them were enough to actually disqualify President Bola Tinubu, but they manipulated their way using technicality just to uphold the president in power. I want us to watch this video, guys.
Court. It's a sort of an election tribunal that upheld the elections. And I'm actually in the middle of reading the judgments, and it's stunning how shoddy it is. So the elections were manipulated in a way that was very shabby and shoddy. And I think that this judgment is equally shabby and shoddy. I hadn't expected it to be very thoughtful, but I'm shocked at how how incredibly lacking in thought it is. What worries me about Nigeria, a country I love, is that whatever we do today is our way of setting a precedent for what happens in the future. And so that's why I think it's so important to talk about the things that are wrong, because we're creating a kind of foundation for whatever will happen in our future.
So, but with that in mind, then how do you, obviously the president himself of Nigeria has denied any rigging, but the State Department in the United States has backed up the February results, saying this competitive election represents a new period for Nigerian politics and democracy. You disagree, so what do you think is down the road for Nigerian democracy?
I don't know, honestly, but I should say that there's also a European Union report based on people who are actually on ground during the elections, which is very clear about how those elections were rigged and were fraudulent. I want to be hopeful about Nigeria's future, but it's difficult to be. Right now, I know that we don't have the final word because the Supreme Court has not spoken. But I don't know that many people are very hopeful about that. And so, but the thing that's interesting about Nigeria is the sense in which one never knows. I mean, we've had such an interesting history, and so you never know. I choose to remain cautiously thoughtful. The one thing I should say is that young people across the country have become galvanized. This election really made people sit up and pay attention. And I think in the long run, that's a good thing for the country.
This woman is just so intelligent. The truth is that our Pept justices failed Nigerians. What Nigerians were expecting from them is not what they gave us at the end of the day. And like she just said, this is not just for now. This is for the future. This is for posterity. Are we going to look back and say justice was served by the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal judges on that day, Wednesday, 6th of September 2023? Obviously, no, we cannot look back and say such. It is obvious to everyone in Nigeria, even outside Nigeria, for anyone who is following this, that the Pept justices did not give Nigerians justice. What they just did was that they gave their judgment based on technicalities so they can uphold the president, so he can remain in power, not minding and not even caring about the evidences that have been provided before them, not minding about what Nigerians are saying. And like she pointed out, we saw what happened during the 2023 presidential election. It was not a free and fair election. There were crises in different areas. But aside from that, you promised Nigerians that we are going to use beavers and we're also going to use the IREV. But at the end of the day, you did not use the IREV. INEC did not use the IREV. And then the courts, instead of cautioning INEC, instead of speaking against what INEC did, because we spent millions of naira just to ensure that the IREV is working. INEC did not use IREV, yet the court said INEC have the power to choose to either use IREV or not to use IREV. And this is an interview that she did on an international platform as big as CNN. Just imagine that she was celebrating. Just imagine that she was happy and telling the whole world that our judiciary did the right thing, that our judiciary gave Nigerians justice. How would that be on the image of the African giant? How would that be on the image of our great nation, Nigeria? But no, our justices did not allow such kind of good news to come out. Instead, they went the way Nigerians have always been saying, please don't go this way. And that's why before their judgments, Nigerians had their eyes on them and had to go everywhere, both on the social media, posting all eyes on the judiciary because we wanted them to do the right thing, because we wanted them to get things done correctly this time around. And that's one thing Peter Obi always say. There's no way we are going to regain our face as the giant of Africa in the global scene. There's no way we are going to regain our face if, as a nation, we are not able to build our country. If, as a nation, we are not able to build our leadership. If, as a nation, we are not able to build our judiciary, there's no way the outside world will begin to take us seriously. Just imagine that the right thing was done in this presidential election petition tribunal. Just imagine that the presidential election petition tribunal judges upheld justice. Just imagine that they serve Nigerians justice. It will be everywhere around the globe that for the first time, Nigerians regained their mandate. For the first time, the person that Nigerians truly voted for came into power. Even the report by the EU was also discarded by the court. What will they say? They will say this nation that even after we came and told them what we saw in the election, yet they are not going with it. This is not what we want for our nation, Nigeria. We want a Nigeria that will be great again. And that's why, like Chimamanda pointed out, Nigerian youths are now better. Nigerian youths are no longer ignorant of our politics like it used to be before now. Before now, we know that Nigerian youths don't care. You say you are going to court. At that point, they will leave you. When it comes to voting, they don't come out most times to cast their vote. But that did not happen in the last election because the youth wanted something better. We wanted a breath of fresh air, but our mandate was stolen. And that's why we were following the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal till the end. But yet, they also stole our mandate. But one beautiful thing about this is that Nigerians now know better. Most young persons now know better. They know our law. We now know our electoral act. We now know the laws that are guiding our land. And then we can be able to hold the judiciary accountable just like we are doing now. And that's why we will not keep quiet until we get back our mandate through the Supreme Court. That's why we are calling on the Supreme Court to give us justice. So please not go the path of the tribunal. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Please do well to share your thoughts about the video in the comment section. Please do well to like this video, and please do well to subscribe to our channel if you are yet to subscribe so you get notifications whenever we post a new video.